It's the annual tradition where we look back on a whole year of TV, music, movies, and whatever else I pull out of my brain because it's my show and it's my rules. Welcome to the Glitteries 2025, the last podcast for 2025. We are going to unpack a whole year of TV, music, movies, and whatever else I pull out of my brain, because trust me, there's a lot rattling around up there right now. Welcome to the annual tradition, as always. It is so lovely to see you. First of all, I need to say thank you, because this year has been beyond my wildest expectations. I am so thrilled with all that we have accomplished this year. He's Always Watching has grown beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm so very grateful for that. And we've also had some fun over here as well. And don't worry, in 2026, one thing I can guarantee you is we're going to even the scales a bit. There's going to be a little bit more time over here before we go back to He's Always Watching land. So, shall we get into the Glitteries? This year is going to be a little bit different because we are going to be part Alternate Queen's Christmas speech and part award show. I wanted to tamp down on the awards a little bit because I feel like everyone's sort of doing their awards of the year, and I'm just like, I'd rather have a conversation about what I've enjoyed of the year rather than it being an awards thing, if that makes sense. So that is what we are doing. Shall we get in to the music side of things first? So if I'm to expose my Apple Music replay and what I've been listening to this year, I would say that this year is kind of all about my teenage self taking the wheel, because we have had Lady Gaga and the Mayhem album, which I'm not going to dive too deep into today because we will talk all about that tomorrow. And we've had Lily Allen with West End Girl, which you know I love. That album is just such a world within itself, and I think that is a real theme of music that I've really loved this year, is these albums that are worlds within themselves. You've also got Demi Lovato with It's Not That Deep. We have Zara Larsson with Midnight Sun, and rounding out the top 5, it is Kylie Minogue with Tension 2. You can see the artists that I've seen in concert this year have had a heavy influence on what I have listened to. But honestly, this has been such a fun year in music. And I think 2026 is going to be even bigger with the rumors we're hearing. New Harry Styles. There's more Gaga coming, maybe, possibly. Who knows? We don't really know. I mean, Lily came back out of nowhere. So who knows what we could come up with in 2026. And that makes me very excited. It's been a very dance pop year for me. That's been a very heavy influences, as well as I have spent a lot of time listening to soundscapes to help me focus and try and get things done, sometimes with some success and sometimes with absolutely none whatsoever. Up next, let's talk about some television. If we are talking about moments that are going to stick in my head from the stuff that we have covered together, well, of course, it's going to be Richard's win in Big Brother UK. It's going to be Shove Your Cake Up Your Hole. Also, speaking of Big Brother in the UK, it's going to be Big Brother Australia's triumphant return, because it really was a success, even though there is plenty of room for improvement. It is going to be Alan Carr as the most deranged traitor I think, have ever seen in the Traitors UK. But if we're talking stuff that I have watched but not necessarily covered, well, that's a whole different ballgame. Because while there isn't a lot that I've really sunk my teeth into locally this year, I really enjoyed the new condensed version of Dancing with the Stars. I thought that was really strong, and they had a fun cast too. I also really enjoyed some Netflix documentaries this year. The one that has stuck in my brain, and I don't think will ever leave, is The Poop Cruise. I'm never going to look at cruising the same way again, not that I ever wanted to do it in the first place. And then we have to talk about the thing that has taken over my brain in the last couple of months. It's 90 Day Fiancé. Now look, I don't think we'll ever turn 90 Day Fiancé into content, but oh my god, that show is just absolutely bonkers. I don't know where they find those people and how they have so many secrets from one another. It's quite concerning. It's been those kind of things like 90 Day Fiancé and those kind of TV shows that are just kind of wild, like Real Housewives of Insert County here, that I have really enjoyed this year. Just to kind of switch the brain off, I also really enjoyed the UK version of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I thought Tom Reed Wilson was an absolute gem. It's stuff that I haven't covered that I think it's been useful to try and find a balance this year of stuff that is just for me, but stuff that makes sense as content as well. And honestly, we probably could do something on 90 Day Fiancé. I just don't think I could handle talking about that more than watching it, if that makes sense. So I don't think we will do that. But if we have to talk about the number one television memory of the year, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it's going to be appearing on Mastermind earlier in the year. I promise I'll stop talking about it, but I have just felt so much joy. And I think if this year has taught me anything, it's say yes to the stupid thing. It's push yourself because you don't know what you're capable of. Example A being Mastermind, and the fact that B, I went to Lady Gaga all on my own with a brand new power chair that had never travelled before. So this year has been say yes to the outlandish thing, do the thing that absolutely terrifies you, because I had so much fun on Mastermind, and I have ended up doing things that I never thought I would do, like travelling to Gaga on my own, interviewing ex-housemates on He's Always Watching, and just the growth I've seen from really pushing things this year. But after the break, we're going to talk about movies of the year, and we're going to talk about beauty and skincare. I'll see you after the break. Welcome back. Let's get into movies of the year. So, if I had to tell you just one movie of the year, I think my movie this year would be The Phoenician Scheme by Wes Anderson. Although, I gotta be honest, I think the honorable mentions would go to Thursday Murder Club and Wake Up Dead Man, both from Netflix. Both of which I thoroughly enjoyed. I love a good mystery movie, and those two really scratched that itch. But The Phoenician Scheme was a return to form for Mr. Wes Anderson, my favourite director of all time, in case you didn't know. And I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. This was much more cohesive and understandable and not totally all over the show like Asteroid City was, but those are the movies of the year for me. If we want to talk beauty and skincare, which I do, it's been an interesting year for me with my skincare routine because we have seen some old favourites return and some new friends join the fray. But the one product that I really want to talk about, because I've been using Verso a lot, but the surprise return was Dr. Dennis Gross with the Derma Infusions line. This is absolutely gorgeous. I love this, especially this eye cream. This eye cream can make me look like I have had 8 hours sleep when I've had 3. I feel like this eye cream has been the saving grace in the last 2 months when I have just been pedal to the metal. So, not an ad, but I just really, really loved it. But aside from skincare, I have fallen down the fragrance rabbit hole. Yes, it has. I mean, I've always been a bit of a fragrance head, but this year has been an adventure, that is safe to say. I am still on the hunt to find the perfect fragrance to add to my little collection, but we've had some interesting adventures this year. I have tried a bunch of Tom Ford fragrances. I particularly like Tobacco Vanille and the Fabulous fragrance, shall we say. Those are quite fun, and I carry those in the travel size in my bag with me. My Old Faithful has remained my fragrance of the year purely for sentimental reasons, and the fact that it's a daily driver would have to be the Burberry Hero Parfum. I love that fragrance so much. It is very sentimental to me now because it's what I wore on the set of Mastermind and has been with me on my 2 Sydney trips. I have also really enjoyed from YSL the scent Myself. I like that. Its initial spraying is a little off-putting. It kind of feels a bit like you're spraying floor cleaner on yourself, but the dry down is stunning. Absolutely stunning. So I dare say you might see a little more fragrance content from me in the new year because I've just really been enjoying it. So I would love to kind of keep diving down that rabbit hole, heaven help us all. But there you go. That is a look at the Glitteries for 2025. I would love to know, what are your moments of 2025 that you have loved? If there's something I haven't covered that you want me to talk about as a side quest, like if you want me to dive into Love Island or Married at First Sight or something like that, do let me know in the content. Do let me know in the comments, because it's not something I want to touch on fully and turn into like a thing. But if you guys want me to do a side quest and get my glittery opinion on something, then by all means we can do that. But most of all, I want to say thank you for being here this year. We have smashed any goal I could have asked for this year, and I'm so excited to see where I can take this with all of you in 2026. It's going to be more of what you love, with more recaps, with Traitors, Drag Race, and I'm a Celebrity on this feed, and that's just January. Plus, we are going to be continuing over on He's Always Watching with 2009 in the UK, and then wherever else the He's Always Watching decides to take me. So, thank you for being here. I have a couple of things that are coming very, very soon for you, including the Mayhem-themed glittery goodness, but something's coming back. That's all I'm going to say. I will see you very, very soon. In the meantime, please take care of yourself and have a wonderful new year. And I hope you, just like I, will have a fabulous 2026, and I can't wait to share it with you.